For anyone that's just popping in, we're talking about training across Italy. Darlene asked, aren't there packages that you can buy? And the answer is yes. And in fact, if I had it to do over again, I would probably do it that way. The only ticket that we purchased in advance was our very first one from Rome to Florence. For the fast tracks, you have Trenitalia, Italo, and the Italia Rail. The prices on the tickets vary based on demand. How early did you purchase it? Where are you going? And what time of year are you going? It is cheaper to purchase your ticket ahead of time versus at the station. In our case, we didn't want to give up our flexibility just to save a few dollars because we didn't know each city. We didn't know how long we wanted to stay in each city. And that's why we didn't purchase them ahead of time. But knowing the cities now, I definitely would. Trenitalia offers a pass that it's called the Trenitalia Pass, and you can get a fixed number of trips. I think it's like 3, 4, 7, or 10. And it's only available to non-residents. So if you live there, you're not able to get that pass. For whatever reason, I don't know. For the fast track Italia Rail, it actually is more cost efficient if you're just going across Italy to get individual passes because of the pricing. They do have great offers if you're going long distance across Europe. So their pass covers multiple countries, and then it goes, I think, by the days of travel, but you would have to have early reservations. I've heard that they run out of those passes very quickly. But I've also heard that it is more cost efficient because of how expensive they are to just do it city by city. Now, similar to an airplane, like you can just do your furthest city and consider the other cities layovers. The problem that you will run into is the timelines of your layovers. Like, are you going to have enough time to hang out in each city? I don't think so, because I don't think that they do like long layovers, which forces you into buying individual tickets, if that makes any sense. So just to reiterate, if you're traveling like across Europe, a really long distance, it's great to get the pass with them. But if you are staying confined into Italy, just going city to city, short distances, I have read and heard that it is definitely more cost efficient to just pay as you go, or pay per city, pay per ticket. We've covered Trenitalia, Italia Rail, and now we're going to talk about Italo. Italo is what we used for the first train. Ironically, we just ended up using all of them, and the reason why is because when we arrived to the train station, whichever train was leaving next is the one we were getting on. And I love that we did it this way because part of the fun of our trip was the spontaneity behind it. It was so like free-spirited, go with the flow, follow the wind. But I do understand how that might be difficult for a type A personality. We are definitely not a type A. Before I go into Italo, I want to tell you guys that the trains were very comfortable. They had like reclining seats. We upgraded on a couple of our trains and we had like a cute little table in the middle and we were able to like look at each other and talk back and forth. The views were amazing. It was very easy to sleep. They were nice and cool, except our first train, which was on Italo. Pretty sure the AC was broken. Now, across the board, the AC systems throughout Italy cannot compete with the USA air conditioning systems, and it was warm in many places, but it was bearable. And the AC does work, but you got to keep in mind, you're in like buildings that are thousands of years old. With that being said, that first ride was warm, and I was loving that I brought my portable fan. Once everybody got seated and we got going, it cooled off, but boy, getting started, I mean, we were hot. Again, that was the Italo train. With that being said, we did take other trains through Italo and did not have that problem or run into that again. That was the one and only time. And that was on our ride from Rome to Florence. So overall, Italo is the cheapest fast track ticket that you can get from city to city crossing through Italy, but they do not offer a pass like the others do. So my conclusion is if your itinerary includes Includes a bunch of journeys on the high-speed trains and the inner city trains, because I do believe that they are like all in one, all inclusive. Then I would definitely go the route of doing it this way through a package. And yes, it's doable. Yes, you could do it, and you can do it in advance and save even more money. But if you want to be a wild card like me and just go with the flow, then it's totally doable to just get them at the kiosk and go with the flow. I hope every single one of you gets the opportunity to train across Italy and Europe. It's beautiful. The countryside is gorgeous. Everybody is so focused on the cities of, Europe, and doesn't get to the countryside. And wow, that's going to be on my next. I can't wait to go to the Dolomites and go into the countryside and into the mountains. There is such beautiful landscapes throughout Italy and Europe. I can't wait. So anyway, love y'all. Bye. I am a talker, 6 minutes. I wanted to add in that there's apps that you can get to know your stations, names, follow the route, know when it's arriving, etc., etc. And in fact, I think I'm going to do a video just on the apps that I recommend getting before arriving to Italy, because there are definitely some apps that pre-downloading them before arriving will just make your trip so much smoother. Arrivederci.